Perfect timing. Hi everybody, welcome to the Walker's Guide and welcome to A Hint of History. And today it's the afternoon, about whatever time that clock is saying, and I'm in Felstead. I've parked up next to the church because there's public parking there, and I'm walking through the churchyard, which is Holy Cross, Felstead. Now, in this video, we're not actually visiting this rather lovely church. Well, we are in as much as we kind of have to visit it in order to get to where we're going. Now, those who make stuff, have you ever made something you're so proud of, you literally stick your name on it so everyone can see? Hello, puppy. Because that's what we're here to see. So we're here to see a house. It's actually recently been a pub, restaurant. It's currently out of business. It's not the one behind me, it's the one over there. And it was built in 1596 by George Boot. I can be definite about that because I was so proud of it. He put his name on it. And that's the building we're here to see, but it's not actually the building I want to talk about. So the interesting thing about this building isn't just a guy put his name on it, which is interesting. We don't know a lot about George Boot. He made a house in Felstead in 1596. That's a lot of what we can tell. We don't actually know if he was a builder or if he was the person the house was built for, if he was a developer, if it was just a build house, or if it was a shop as well. We don't have a lot of evidence, but that's not the interesting thing as far as I'm concerned. The interesting thing as far as I'm concerned is what's above the door. So the Boot House was a pub, was a restaurant, isn't currently. Currently it's been it's been worked on for a long while. But the interesting thing is on the corner. It's a piece of artwork which is believed to be contemporary with the building, is what's known as the Felstead Hag. Now, when you look at the other artwork around it, you've got the carvings of the dragons and the flowers, and you've got the carving of the Felstead Hag, who has quite an interesting story of her own. Notice the cloven hoofs, the long fingernails, and the not particularly pretty face. Why the Felstead Hag? So yes, carved for a reason. What is the reason? Well, like I say, there's a few. One option, one suggestion, was it's in memory of his wife, who was not a great looker, who he married out of pity, and so he carved something uglier than her to go on the outside of his house. Okay, option two. In the times before this, there was a witch who lived in Felstead. And one day, the locals found her. She was declared a witch. She was taken to the village green just down the way, which is no longer the village green, and she was burnt. My opinion, and it's only my thoughts, is at the time that house was built, we used a lot of recycled timber from ships and such, and ships have figureheads. Small ships will have smaller figureheads. And is that what she was? She was actually just a piece off a ship that was saved and put onto the corner of George Boot's house. It's a possibility. One thing you've got to remember is that bit of the house was built for a reason. The reason that it's there is to help support the level above. Tudor houses often have those outflung upper stories, and you've got to support them. And so you have a beam that comes out and it goes onto the lower floor and it supports it. And I think that's probably what they're trying to do, is they're just putting a fancy support in. And hey, if you've got the money to carve your name on it, why not make your support look pretty? So that's Felstead. It's a really nice little place to visit. The church is quite beautiful. It's a well cared for little village. It's a village that has life. And it's getting on towards about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Something to notice with Felstead is it has a massive private school. Felstead School is huge, really well known, and it's just behind the church, in fact, and it takes up most of the village, or most of the village is the school. So if you're coming out here, don't be surprised if you see kids in school uniform or sports uniform running around, because they do their cross country, because they're quite a sporty school. So there we are, back at the church. The van's parked just over there somewhere. And yeah, this is Felstead. That's the Felstead Hag. If you've got any questions, queries, comments or suggestions, please pop them in a comment down below. If you want me to visit somewhere else, again, chuck me a comment. And if you fancy liking and subscribing, I wouldn't say no. I'd be quite grateful. But now the evening's turning on, and I think I'm going to go somewhere else. That's all for this episode of The Walker's Guide and one of our hint of histories, and I'll see you again next time on another one. Bye.